And we're live here today with the GTI series. We got 5 cars so far lined up. Mr. Monaco in the Mercedes. Shuffle in the blue GMG Ferrari. Aqua in the LG machine. It's an MP412C McLaren. In the Ska Mobile, we have the Specials Edition. Being operated by Fusion Lemon, a familiar driver to the Formula Micro Series, being put up today in the GTIs. And the 42 Craig machine, that is going to be the 42 operated by none other than newcomer Bedard Ash, so we're probably going to go by. Can't really view their name, so. With that being said, I'm just going to call him Ash. Lights are gonna be, well, let me make sure fellas in the VC. Alright. Let me turn down. There, we're good. So, yellow flag is not going when the car heavy goes, unless someone's just asleep, you can pass them. You guys could go. We're gonna be just trying to get out to it. You guys can go. You can pass these cars. Everyone in the back, you just need to get up there. We're gonna do 1 pace lap. We do pack lead rules. So that means the fastest car, the virtual leader, even though this is technically not a race, the car that would be leading determines whether or not we finish qualifying early or not. So if they pass the line before the timer goes out, that means they've gone to their white flag. We go with their lap. If the timer, however, goes down to 0 before they cross, then that's going to be it. That's a Cadillac that's not supposed to be there. I wish I knew it was there earlier. But the green flag is out. I'm going to move that one mid-qualifying. They're going to test to make sure this works. This does work. Gonna start as soon as shuffle crosses the line. So our 5 minutes starts now. And the board will be cleared off as soon as Ash crosses the line. Alright. I'm now gonna move the car out of the way. So next time I need you, the lap cars, to do a better job with pacing because you guys are too far behind. I know you guys are new, but that's not how we should be doing things. Shuffle makes its way across the line. First lap's not going to count. Mr. Monaco also without a valid lap. Lemon with the fastest car so far, except for the last sector, messed it up a little bit. They're off pace a few seconds. No one has set a lap, so you gotta remember this is a very short qualifying. It's probably just as important to get a lap in, as Aqua's got pole right now, as it is to be the fastest car. So, I'm gonna move the Cadillac in now. Let you guys go by. Just a reminder, the pit lane cannot be used to gain an advantage. I know it technically is faster to take that way, but I do want to say if you do that, your lap will be invalidated. But on to the action. So far, Shuffle's taken away the quick time of 52.027. We're running on the halfway point in this shortened qualifying session. We're just going to hopefully be waiting on Jack and Eris to join after this. As we close it on the halfway point. Shuffle with the green sector 1 and sector 2. Mr. Monaco takes up the 2nd spot on the board, Lemon in 3rd, while Aqua in 4th. Ash is yet to set a valid lap. And Shuffle goes quicker, 51.530, the fastest we've seen today. We have seen faster in the ROTS mods, but this is the fastest we've seen today on track. Might have seen faster with the 77B, but that was for the Monster Race, a non-competitor driven by, of course, last week's Oval Race winner. That was Giram FX2. Had a very strong performance last week. And wasn't really quite so keen on racing the MITS cars. It's just an awkward time for him being an Australian. So he just turned a couple laps. That was a fun thing to watch. So we got about a minute and 45 seconds left. So we might be good for another 2 laps. Again, if you do get passed by the leader, then that means, you know, and they're on their final lap, that means you're on your final lap. Just a forewarning. Here, Shuffle makes his way into the tunnel, nearly clips a wall. Mr. Monaco some lag, but they do recover. Car teleporting through the track at high speed. Mr. Monaco getting back going with 1 minute to go. We might be going onto the white flag. It's closing in. I think as it stands, we might. Yes, we are. So this time by, once you guys cross the line, this is going to be your final laps. So white flag in the air. Eris not in game. We'll be teleporting Eris. If you get overtaken by Shuffle, that means that this will be your final lap too. So Shuffle now making his way through the S's. Lemon has put himself into second place. Mr. Monaco in third, but only by half a tenth. Very close competition between these two. Half a second. Separating the top 3 on the board, essentially. I think Mr. Monaco might be out of business. We got Shuffle now, makes his way across the front stretch. If we could do a cooldown lap, would be appreciated. That's going to be it for qualifying. So once you guys cross the line, you're done. Mr. Monaco is done. Lemon is done. And Aqua and the car behind, I believe in the Audi, that is Ash. So Ash is now going to cross the line. They'll be done. I don't believe Eris is setting a lap. She's just lying. So if we could line up on the end of the front stretch, order is going to be Eris Netta P1, or sorry, Eris Netta P6 or P7. We'll figure that one out. Actually, since you both are here, we'll do a randomizer for P6 and P7. You guys just stick around. If we could line up at the end of the pit lane, Shuffle first place. Just go on by slowly. Pit lane. Shuffle first. Second place is going to be Lemon. I think this might be the first GTI pull for Lemon. For Shuffle. Lemon in second. Third place is going to be Mr. Monaco. If you can line up just on the orange marked line. Yeah, that's going to be your spot. So, Bed, I think you don't have a... I don't know if you have the ability. Here, we need Jack Pro to stand back, let Ash get ahead, and leave a space for another 2 cars. Okay, so Aqua's gone. At least that's with Sid starters. Aqua, or Bed, if you could... No, you guys are okay. You guys are okay. Lemon's okay. Lemon's P2. Yeah, that's your pit bots, but just please line up. The sooner we can line up, the sooner we can get finished. So, I'll explain that in just a second. I just need you guys to get lined up. I need Bet to hop out of the car so I could get you fuel. I think if you just get fuel, you'll be able to probably be okay to finish the race. Remember to get fuel, you press X. I just need to refuel your car. You're good. So now to the wheel to side. Between Eris and Jack Crow, we're getting that set up right now. So 6th place, or well 5th place in this situation. Eris will start 5th, Jack Crow will start in last. As per the board. I'm now going to clear off the non-competitors and their cars. So Aqua's gone, so I'm going to remove their car. If you guys could not rev, please, so I can communicate. It's a little bit hard when you guys do that. Thank you. Alright, so who else do I need to? Okay, the specialist car. Also, revving takes away your fuel, so there's no reason to do that anyways. So. One, two, three, four. Okay. Make sure all those cars remain. We're gonna now clear off the field. I apologize, that takes me a couple minutes to do, just it's part of the whole deal. If I didn't do this, it would be a much laggier game. You guys would have issues. It's gonna be a 50-lap race, but that should go by pretty quickly. Especially without cautions. And if there is a caution, we do rollers, we do a little caution period. So anyways, pits are going to be a first gear red line. You're going to be going first gear red line, and you know, at that speed you would be going before you cross the orange. If you fail to do that, you're going to get a drive-through penalty. Same thing for the pit bots. You must be stopped within your pit bots. Cut limit for today is going to be 50. So it's going to be the same amount of cuts as the laps on the track. You're going to be first gear, you stop in your pit, you hop out, you get back in your car, and then if you want fuel, you press X, or otherwise you can just go. I want you guys to press X to get fuel. If you guys are stuck on a way there where you cannot press your keyboard X key, then I need you to hop out now. The guy in the Audi is okay though. I already got fuel for you. So if any of you guys are on console, you need to hop out now, and I could refuel your car. I might be able to make it. Okay, I think we're good. So that being said, we're going to be doing 2 pace laps, clearing the board, shuffle quick time. Change all C0. Get a great appreciation to our flagman fella. So that being said, cuts will be reset until lap 1. Once lap 1 happens, or once we cross the line, any cuts you get count, even under caution. So just the thing you guys want to know. All right, go in the car if you go. Oh wait, hold up, Mr. Monaco's got out of his car. He's not ready. We'll go when he's back in his car. I actually do. Yes. Yeah, we got a decent thumbnail. So, we're just waiting here on Mr. Monaco. I'd appreciate... Okay, he's in his car, so... yellow flag. Let's get going. Just go at a slow pace. Just get into your positions, please. Just stay on the bumper of the car ahead of you. You also want to be on low RPMs. If you're redlining, you are going to use up a lot of fuel. You will not make it to the end. That's my advice to the guy that can't refuel his car. You're going to want to short shift in this caution period as much as you can. You're also going to want to adjust your pace by just letting off rather than braking, okay? You're better off laying off than braking. Using your engine braking to slow down. We need Audi to move up. And we need Lemon to back off. Or actually, Lemon is second. He's fine. That's Mr. Monaco. Doing pretty good on pacing. I think I'm gonna lower the volume just a tiny bit. I think my voice is not... I don't know. I don't know if my voice is comparable to the cars, but I want to kind of balance it out. Alright. Actually, let me test my mic. It's going to be an echo for a second. Oh, never mind. That's fine. Okay. Full pace. Again, we are still doing another lap after this. This is just the first one. Just to make sure there's any timing issues that get fixed. I think we do have one car. Shuffle that has not gotten his lap, so our race leader will get his laps fixed. I believe Fellow's not in the VC either, but that's okay. That's a nice photo, but yeah, no, I already gotta give them no. We need Mr. Monaco up there. Fuel to move up. Mr. Monaco's having a big lag spike. We need Mr. Monaco to move up. Okay. It'll fit itself, hopefully. So once we reach a hairpin, I need you guys to maintain 60 miles an hour unless I tell you to speed up or whatnot. Just the leader needs to maintain like 60. Reminder not to stop during pacing. Otherwise that will be a penalty. It's not. I think that's fine though. I don't think you guys are actually stopping. Eris, we need you to move up. Remember, no passing until you cross the start-finish line. If you do that, you'll get penalized. Hold pace, hold pace, hold pace. Hold pace. Green flag. Jump for Mr. Monaco. Mr. Monaco with a jump. Mr. Monaco must bring one position back by... Alright, Mr. Monaco, clear jump. Alright, we're good. And our first cut, I believe, goes to Eris, but I don't think I was under any conditions, so... Eris is going to get her cut set back. As our field makes its way through the tunnel, all the different engines absolutely screeching. You got V10s, 2 different V10s, a few V8s, some flat plane, some cross plane, and a V6 in the field. So lots of different engine sounds to hear. As making the way around the final turn, Shuffle will lead lap 1. He's got his friend Lemon right behind, as Mr. Monaco's got a target on his head from the Dodge Viper of Jack Pro PC. Now remember, there is a cut limit, and if you guys... so, a 50 cut limit, and the grass is an off-limit zone. Our cars now make their way down the backstretch on the second lap. Mr. Monaco holding off. What could be a potentially big threat from Arisnetta and Jack Pro PC. The two of them about to go side by side nearly. Might have a three-way battle stirring up for the podium position. As Mr. Monaco's going slow. Could that be a lag spike? Or did he hit a barrier? I think he clipped a barrier on the final turn. Jack Pro PC now in the podium. As Eris without any practice, and neither is Jack Pro, although Jack Pro has experience. Eris is going to take a very off-wide line, does not help her. Mr. Monaco is going to make a move past Eris. Mr. Monaco still in fourth. There's with the dive bomb, but she's going to go all the way outside, gets a cut. That's not going to be too helpful for her. Meanwhile, Shuffle making his way across the front stretch. He won a Francia Quarta. He might have another opportunity today. Shuffle making his way down the backstretch tunnel. The NS set's being operated by Fusion Lemon. Just streaming on through the tunnels. About a second and a half distance between the two Europeans. Got a former Californian, at least for the moment. Now lives in Indiana. He's currently in the top 3. Shuffle making it on to lead lap number 4. How's that gap looking for the lead? Shuffle starting to climb up a couple tenths as Mr. Monaco stopped. Might have disconnected. We'll be watching him for... Alright. We have a race back, so we're going to keep on going, by the way. But unfortunately, Mr. Monaco's disconnected. We'll keep the lead lap. But he will be restarting from the back. We're just going to watch the race back. Mr. Monaco, if you are back and you can get yourself going, you should be good. Yeah, perms. So getting the race back is going to be Shuffle. Lemon in second. Third place is going to be Jackrow PC. Airs in fourth. Fifth place is going to be Ash. Bit of a breath of relief. They've fallen back quite a bit here. Just trying to learn the grasp of the track. And it's a fifth place for Ash. Mr. Monaco's still not moving, but we're going to give him till lap 10. So if he's not back by 10, that will be his day. Right. Just gonna watch this one, so it's gonna be just a bit of a cruise for what might be 5 laps. We'll have to see. You could go a little quicker, by the way, if you want to Shuffle, but just, you know, use your choice. You set the pace. Oh! Says no. So Shuffle driving in the defense of Mr. Monaco, potentially trying to make sure they can get back going. And Mr. Monaco is in fact going, so that is a good sign. We just need him to merge to the back of the field. Looks like we'll be going green in a couple of laps. It's going to take him a lap or 2 to get going here. Just make sure you guys don't stop your cars, or else I'll probably be at EOL. Which means you'll be put to the rear of the field. Oh, there's going a little bit off track there, just weaving around. These little periods here kind of serve as a bit of a tire saving time, but it seems like drivers just want to weave a little bit, wear their tires down a little quicker. Going very slowly here for Mr. Monaco. Mr. Monaco stopped his car, but I'll let him do that because he's already basically a lap down. Or you could drive. All right, Mr. Monaco, just full send it. Just full send it back to the field. Yep. I should remind you guys the pits are open, though I'm not sure if there's a big benefit of doing a pit stop this early in the race. Your tires are basically brand new. So if you want to do a pit stop, you can. It's going to be a first gear red line. So there's Mr. Monaco making his way up. The race in the pits is going to be determined by the marker if anyone does go for it. Not really a reason to, but 3 drivers. Jack Road tricks him out. We have 2 cars. That's going to be Shuffle. Mr. Monaco going to get back up to 4th place. Shuffle and Lemon playing the wise game potentially here. Lemon gets out of the car, hops back in it, and Shuffle is going to make the move. So Shuffle passing in the pit lane. So if you guys could get your way back up, we might be able to go green this lap. Gonna fit Monica's laps. Yeah, as I said, you don't... Well, firstly, it'll pop back up a couple seconds later. Secondly, you're supposed to press that after you get back into your car. So, not before. If you did that before, that's why. We need Ash to move up to 3rd. Reminder again, not to... We will be going green this lap, but not to overtake until you cross the start-finish line. Only exception is if somebody's holding us up, so in this case Ash. Again, you want to be up there. Watch pace, fit yourself. Green flag. Monaco with the jump. 1 position for Monaco by the, just give up 1 spot, Monaco, if you can. Keep Monaco clear. Alright, so Jacko PC leads us off. There's another in P2. Shuffle the pit stop car in P3. Could be a masterclass plan here with fresh tires. Not going to make it the hugest difference. You know, pace is still very high with Ayers and Jackro PC, as there's Calamity there in the midst of the field. Lemon, one of the pitted cars. He did not get fuel, but he did get new tires. As there's Shuffle closing in on Ayers Netta. Meanwhile, Mr. Monaco side by side. Now Lemon passing for the 4th place spot. Ayers Netta side by side with Shuffle. Shuffle making a move down the inside of the curb. Now, as they make their way through the tunnel side by side, only just behind our leader, Jackro PC. Look at the timing board. Shuffle is our fastest car, but Lemon is just behind. So we got 2 very fast cars trying to make their way up through the field. Ayers Netta has been moved down to 3rd, but with the target on our head on the by the Innocets. Shuffle closing in on Jackro PC, looking right at the rear bumper. Backs off a little bit through the corner. Could have been an eagle thing. So our flagman has retired. Alright, that's okay. We're thanking for the help you have provided, fella. Meanwhile, for the lead, side by side, but but Jackro PC is going to go wide. Mr. Monaco makes his way to turn number 1, but Lemon closing in on Ayers Netta. Meanwhile, Shuffle now back at the lead. We are 1/5 of the way through today's race, as there's a cut from Jackro. Doing Jackro things, I think we might remember a distinctive thing that happened, but where's Aqua? Aqua's back. They've rejoined. Now as a spectator. A little bit too late to join the field. Counting, of course, as the DNS, as the battle for the front still starting to rage on. I think Jackro's still pretty locked in, but Ayers side by side for the podium position. The NSX carrying more speed. Now to turn 3, Ayers Netta goes wide. Not a great line there. The NSX is going to start to outrun her. Have a flat plane V8, a V10, V6, and a cross plane V8 as our top 4. Another cross plane is going to be in the 5th place position as another V10 putting up in the rear. So, again, one of my favorite things about this class, all the diversity in the field. It's a great thing to see. Shuffle is starting to get away with the lead. He's developed about a second gap between him and Jackro PC. The NSZ starting to come in on that Dodge Viper. So Jackro PC now under attack by the NSZ with fresh tires. Maybe a 6-lap difference could have been significant here. We did see how tire wear was a factor in last year's race. That was the one where I was actually in it against Twin. Now crossover move forward to the 2nd place spot. Jackro PC goes wide. The NSZ's down the inside, has made the move. Jackro PC has now been moved back into the 3rd place spot. Our NSX is taking up 2nd as it seems like the tire strategy is working out. But here's Shuffle under attack by the NSX. Now a reminder that the corner cut limit is going to be 50 today, so you better watch yourselves. Most of you guys are doing pretty good. However, Jackro PC is right there, so it's going to be probably, if he runs this current rate, he might run a little bit close. Looks like Shuffle is starting to outrun the NSX. Might be an advantage that his car has on these sets of turns that his NSX doesn't have. I think his NSX has been really fast on the straights for whatever reason, but it doesn't quite have some other stuff. Of course, that's a bit of a BOP, and of course we cannot get everything perfect, but lap time wise it seems like things are pretty good. Actually, looks like Shuffle started to lock in as Lemon again is, I believe, his debut GTI race, holding off a 2nd place. Looked like a very good pit strategy. I'm not sure how much a pit would be helpful during a green flag at this time of the race, but certainly seemed to have helped on the restart. Jackro PC was looking a little bit at the rear bumper, although not quite in range to do anything at the current time. It's just very strongly holding off 3rd place. So we now are in lap 15. This would have been halfway at the Rodsmods race, one of the shorter races we saw here. This one's going to last a little while. There's a small scrub to the wall for the NSX. Oh, Mr. Monaco off the track into the barrier. They've lost a lot of time. They're just currently running out with the top 5. It's been a bit of a harsh day with their disconnection. Field now starting to spread out as Shuffle leads us off. Gotta check the board now. Mind you, their debut GTI race, I think the first time the NSX has really ever been raced. Limited set quick time, 51.349. Not a great turn though through the hairpin. Goes really tight on entry. That loses some time because there is Jackro PC starting to close in a little bit. Oh! Lemons around! A complete 180. And they have to get back going. They lose positions left and right. And Lemon's efforts at the lead have not worked out. Unfortunately for him, the spin is taking him all the way from 2nd to 5th. Still in the top 5, but that's a very rough way to run out your race here. So that's closest battle currently, or closest thing to battle, Arisneta and Jackro PC. Aris has been doing a very good job managing her corner cuts. Although she's not quite within attack range of Jackro PC. Still right there, but she's got a little bit of ground to make up before she can really do much. About a 1.5 gap between her and Jackro PC. So you see Shuffle just disappearing through the tunnel. Now, one thing of note, your Mitz car and Rotspot winner Twin Turbo V6 is unable to make the race today. At least for the GTI class, he has been pretty dominant throughout the weekend. We probably expect him to be over at the Formula Micro and Super Indy races going on tomorrow, but we'll have to see how that one goes out. I think Jackro PC is starting to run a little bit more consistently than Eris. But Eris still holding up to what will probably be a relatively strong podium if things run the way they do throughout the day. It does seem like Mr. Monaco, despite his crash, is starting to recover a little bit. As he does, Mr. Monaco, that's just a warning on turn 1. No penalty, but just a warning. That was a bit of a silly move. It's probably his lag though, so I could understand if that's the case. The gap between Eris and Jackro PC is somewhat closed in here. We'll see how it looks like on the straight. Still lingering at about 1.5 seconds. We are starting to close in on the halfway point of the race again, 25 being the halfway point. That's almost the end of the Rotspot race, so in a lot of ways this is a bit of an endurance event. I think it actually might take about the same amount of time to run this as it would to run the Super Indies. As long as I don't disconnect, of course. Now the final turn. I think this lap, Jackro's been running a little bit better. Look at the timing board. Actually seems to be in favor of Eris. So you're going to win a couple of tenths. But in the meanwhile, Shuffle just really starting to outrun the rest of the competition. Pretty much unfazed. Oh, Eris grabbing the wall. Doesn't lose too much out of it, but that is going to put a little bit of a dent on her efforts. As Lemon might be starting to close in a little bit again on Mr. Monaco. We'll potentially see that in a couple of laps. But I think we might be in the point of the race where we might just want to be chatting about just things in general. So we'll put you up in a highlight of the last weekend that we ran these. I believe. Want to make sure if we did run them at Moss Ring. I don't remember if we did or not. Just checking real quickly. Okay. Think we might be back. This, as long as no one else disconnected, we'll be staying green. Okay, I think we might be doing... Okay, we're doing okay. Oh, what happened there? That's the wrong server. I got put into a new server, just trying to hop in. As LG says, as Aqua says, rip Ash, so I'm not sure what happened there. Ash about to put a lap down, okay. Sorry about that little, little mishap there. I'm gonna put to 50 laps. If it already put checker, we're still green. I just yeah. So I think that now puts Ash 1 lap down as far as at least what I've seen. Yeah, it looks like it. How about Eris and Jack Crow? Let's see if there's anything new. Looks like Jack Crow might have done a pit stop. That'll begin a review. Jack Crow, I'm just gonna let you know if you cheated that while I was disconnected, I'm gonna park you. If there's any evidence I can find of that, so you're running risk here. For now, you're good, but just want to let you know if there's any proof that you cheated that, because I was not able to enforce. So. Anyway, so Eris is in the second place spot. Mr. Monaco in third. Still holding off third. Lemon has lost some time, just a couple seconds back. They've just been trying to recover. It's been hard ever since they had their spin. That took a couple laps of tire wear off their wheels, so they're basically in the same phase that they were with Mr. Monaco and the rest of the field. It's very important to try to save those tires as much as you can. Okay, a little bit of a wall tap there. It's hard to tell, but looks like it's good. So the NSX made a little bit of a mistake, but I think they recovered. But yeah, we're still in a little bit of a period of just time on our hands. Looks like Eris took a bit of a tight line that allows Mr. Monaco, or that allows okay, it looks like nothing's really happening, so I guess as we're here, we're just gonna mute myself so my chatter doesn't distract you guys too much, but... Alright, so... As we're here, this track has ran a bit of decent history. Of course, most notably... Well, actually, let me make sure... Mr. Monaco, yeah. Most notably... there was the race win I had last year with the same chassis. Managed to outdo Twin, even though Twin was better in overall pace. His tire wear did affect him enough to where it does matter, so maybe that could be something drivers can take note of. Of course, as of the standings right now, the last winner was Mr. Monaco at Moss Circuit. So even though he's struggling a little bit today, do not count him out. He is still holding off the top 3 as of now, but it's going to be a tough one to hold off. But he is currently running top 3, so might be able to hold off the podium if he plays his games right. Anyways, we're going to mute ourselves, as looks like the NSX starting to home in once again a little bit on Mr. Monaco. Mr. Monaco's held off P3 ever since the spin, ever since Jack Crow has done his pit stop. So we're 20 laps to go. get cuts. Looks like pretty much everyone's good with cuts. A little closer to some of the drivers. You'll probably be fine. Mr. Monaco taking some decent lines there as they overlap the Audi R8. Now, mind you, if there is a caution, the Audi can recover and be put back into the lead lap, which could be a factor in the late period of the race. I'd like to imagine what a 2-lap shootout would look like. Closest battle to record, well, gap is Mr. Monaco, I think about 3 seconds ahead of Lemon. The Nsets has had a pretty decent race, at least at the start of the they just turned for the worst after a spin on the final turn. And I believe they might have the most worn out tires because Jack Pro PC is slowly starting to close, although they're not quite within range of anything to really talk about yet, as there's actually Lemon in the pit lane again. So they've done a bit of an emergency pit stop, maybe to save their tires, maybe to get fuel. They hop out, get back into their cars. As Mr. Monaco has disconnected again, so that means we're going to have another yellow flag. Pits are open for those that want to, but Shuffle gets the race back. Shuffle, don't pass the lap car, just let them run through. That's going to be the... So Mr. Monaco will restart from 5th place. Where's Mr. Monaco? There he is. Again, 5 laps for Mr. Monaco to get something going. As Aristenda will clear ahead of Jackro, so Jackro, Aris will be ahead of you. So you did get you out of the pit exit. You guys can just make your way up. Shuffle's just currently pacing himself. He might have enough time to at least get a pit stop in if that's what he desires. He might be holding it off though, we'll see. Everyone else has done a pit stop, and he goes in too. So that means Aristenda will be the leader. So if you guys start slowing it down. Shuffle, alright. Guys, start slowing it down. Start slowing it down. Again, Jack Row PC's 2nd place. Aristenda is P1. She got him out of the pit lane. Mr. Monaco is going to be P3. Oh. You know, for a driverless car, that thing's doing pretty good. But it's gonna just pass it. Actually, I think Mr. Monaco should be put to the rear anyways for causing the caution, so... yeah, we'll just restart you from the rear. If you got a cut from that outfit, let me see how many cuts you had. I think you had like 29 or like 1 or 3 back flaps. Yeah, 30. lap car can unlap themselves. So we need you to merge back. This is, of course, Mr. Monaco's second strike, so the next time disconnects will be a park. I think it'll be okay, though. When insta-call topples my entire Wi-Fi. Real. Shuffle if you can move up. Lemon. Alright. Ash is just making her way over. They'll be there in a second. We'll probably go green next lap. So we're probably gonna go green next lap. So yellow flag for another one. No tickers of the pit lane, it seems. Lap car now starting to close in. We're only about a quarter mile back, but should be able to close in just a little bit. Right, just on the other side of the straight. Alright, Ash, merge your way to the field. I think we're just going to be good to go green this lap. And change the one line on track to green, but we are yellow. We'll be restarting with 13 laps to go. Gonna be a bit of a mix-up this late in the race. 60 miles an hour here for the leader. Everyone else, we need Jack Pro to move up. Okay. Remember not to pass until you cross the start-finish line. Hold pace. Hold pace. Green flag. Lemon, just like, you're good. And into turn one we go. Harrison's gonna lead us off for now. I believe she has the freshest tires. Actually, Shuffle does. So Shuffle has the freshest tires. But here's now Jack Pro PC trying to make a lead side by side. Down the backstretch tunnel. As there's Mr. Monaco side by side. Three car battle for the podium. So two battles going on, one at the lead, one in the podium spot. It looks like Lemon's going to get it for now, but Shuffle also mixing it up. Harrison is side by side for the lead with Jack Pro PC, but Jack Pro PC looking to get a little bit ahead. Jack Pro, that's going to be a warning for cutting. As our top five within 2 seconds. Field all compact up to each other. Shuffles pushed up to the top three. Side by side with Lemon. Again, the newcomer. As Jack Pro hits the barrier, loses a spot, losing its inertia. There is 2 cars right behind him. Now it's going to be a 3-car battle for the second place spot. Jack Pro PC, that's your second warning. Do that again, you get a 5-second penalty post-race. You keep on counting that turn, so that's your warning to stop doing that. So first time could be accidental. Past Eris, second time. Just watch yourself. I don't want to have to penalize you. Arisnetta currently holding off the lead, but there's two very aggressive cars. She goes into the barrier hard! Into the barrier, Arisnetta! A full speed crash. That would have been a horrible incident if this is real life. But now, the rookie might have an opportunity to pass Shuffle for the lead, or Shuffle will hold out to the end. We'll have to see. That's a very unfortunate hard lick for Arisnetta, all the way back there from the lead. I hope her Toga development race goes a lot better. That's all I have to say. 10 laps to go. I don't even know if she's going to want to be interviewed after this. I honestly couldn't blame her. That had to be hard to watch. But Shuffle holding off the lead potentially, but he goes a little bit wide. There's Lemon closing in. Here it is for the lead, side by side. Complete stirrup from the race back. Lemon making a bit more space. Shuffle taking it tight. Arisnetta has actually recovered pretty good for hitting the barrier at 150 miles an hour. But here we are, side by side for the lead. Aris is going to clip the final turn. I'm going to stop talking about Aris. Up here in the front, Shuffle to the inside. Lemon to the outside. The rookie at the lead, but gets a little loose. Shuffle back. This is one of the craziest finishes I think we've seen. 4 different leaders and a bunch of cars having a battle for the podium position. Shuffle crossing over, and it looks like the NSS got it just a little bit wide. But it's still the battle raging on. Mr. Monaco looking up at Jack Pro PC potentially to take a podium position. Arisnetta just in the background, but can easily change things around. Might even be able to take a podium, maybe even if everything goes right. She could even get a win. Everyone here in the top 5 easily within a chance of winning if things go right. We're going to look at the cuts. So Mr. Monaco, you got 9 taking a penalty. Could be a warning for Shuffle on cutting. I get you're in a high stress situation, so I'm gonna have some leniency. Yeah. Mr. Monaco attacking the Dodge Viper. Arisnetta also there. The battles are now 2 ways. There's a one in the front, the one for the podium, side by side. Jack Pro PC. Mr. Monaco with his V8 power. That is a second warning for Jack Pro PC on that kind of turn 1. That was very obvious. If you don't want a penalty, you have to give up the position. Okay, clear. I don't want to penalize you, but I'm trying to make sure the racing is just and fair. Arisnetta trying to go around the outside. She's losing a little bit of space, but we got a 3-car battle here for this podium spot. Meanwhile, up in the front, Shuffle side by side. And again, Lemon hard into the barrier. Clips the barrier. Mr. Monaco in the 2nd place spot. 6 laps to go as Shuffle has a relatively clear track. The rookie had a lot of opportunity, but at their own hands they have fallen. There's still many more adventures, many more races where things can turn around, but as it stands, it's going to be a lot to come back from after that. It's not impossible, of course, knowing the internet, some of these drivers, shall I not say, anything could really happen here. But there's Jack Pro PC side by side. Arisnetta makes a great move down the inside, but Aris carrying more speed. Aris picking a little bit ahead on the corner. So we're now 5 laps to go in this race. Monaco's 4 cuts from a penalty, just a forewarning. Air slapping the wall hard. That's going to cost her a little bit, but she's still in the fight. Mind you, she hit the barrier at 150, so she's doing really good for what happened just a couple of laps ago. Looking up to the rear bumper of Jack Pro PC for the 3rd place spot, now to the hairpin. Side by side, but Arisneta loses a little bit of it on the exit. On the entry speed to gain it on the exit speed. Arisneta side by side with Jack Pro PC. Jack Pro PC is going to lose it on that exit. Mr. Monaco clipping the barrier hard. He's slowing down significantly. Mr. Monaco is falling back into 4th. A big error by the Italian. Shuffle with essentially a complete track to himself at this point. Nothing holding back the Flying Dutchman. Arisneta, 2nd place. Complete turnaround from her hard crash. And everything's going to have to go right for her to stay this way at the end. Of course, 2 very position-hungry drivers, some very podium-hungry ones. Arisneta goes wide. Makes a mistake on her entry. Jack Pro PC is back in 2nd place. Arisneta still holding off 3rd from Mr. Monaco, and she's still in the battle for 2nd. I don't know if she clipped the barrier or not there. Doesn't look like it, but it's hard to tell. There's Mr. Monaco on the rear bumper. Mr. Monaco, you were 2 cuts from a penalty. We were also 3 laps from the race finish. The Shuffle with a completely clear track, 7 seconds of gap. Probably more by now. Lemon might actually be able to come back to the podium if these drivers in the front keep on making mistakes. So he's starting to become visible, just barely behind Mr. Monaco. So the fight is still definitely on. As we're 2 laps to go for our leader Shuffle, the rest of the field now making their moves into turn 1. It looks like it's spread out a little bit as Jack Pro PC currently holds on to the lead. Mr. Monaco, you're 1 cut from a 5-second penalty. Please try your best to watch yourself. There's 2 to go. If you get a penalty, the car behind you will probably end up passing you. So, the risk is yours to evaluate. Jack Pro PC is going to tap a little bit of the curb in a bit of an awkward fashion. Arisneta just on the rear bumper. Mr. Monaco has a 5-second penalty at a post-race. As we have 1 to go for our leader. A battle raging on for the 2nd place spot. As Mr. Monaco has given himself a drive-through. I'm not sure if that's going to help him very much, but I'll revert the penalty for that. I think he's going to pull it in. So he'll take a DNS instead of finishing in shame. Meanwhile, Shuffle makes his way 1 final time. I think Ash had made some mistake. Shuffle, now through the hairpin for the final time. He's going to make his way down into the last set of S's. You see Airs and Jack Pro really close to each other. A good battle going up here. As out of the final turn, your winner is Shuffle. As Kelly knows as the Kangaroo, but we're going to watch that battle now for the 2nd place spot. Harrison with a good run, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Jack Pro PC holds off. Harrison then is going to finish P3 as P4 goes to Lemon. We're going to score Mr. Monaco's P6. As Ash will put themselves in a P5 finish. That is going to be it for the day, Airs. I'm going to teleport you guys to the podium real quickly. I don't know if you want to do an interview because you want to do Toga development, so if you guys, you just hop out of your cars, I'm going to teleport you guys. Alright. Try that, negative 150, see if that's enough. Is that too... Okay. Negative 250. See if that works. Negative 300. Well, if you... Okay, shuffle firstly, you gotta, like... Alright. Try now. You gotta, like, rev. Okay. So, shuffle, quick time. Shuffle, if you can hop out, I've set grabbed your car. I want to get this podium as soon as I can. Yours is probably got an event, so. Alright. Thank you there, Shuffle. Let's get this podium shot. I'm going to top our bed a little bit out of the way. Okay. Iris waiting on you. Then we'll get the podium shot, and we'll move right on to interviews. We'll start off with Shuffle here, so Shuffle our winner.
What a race. It wasn't amazing.
A lot of action back and forth. Still a pretty dominant performance, but not quite an unentertaining dominant performance. You had to go up and through the field several times. A lot of racing, a lot of action, and I think a pretty darn well-deserved win on your behalf. How's the race today for you, and how do you think you fared?
Well, the thing is, you say through the field. However, my car at this track is literally even more holy than at Francia Corsa. So basically, the Viper, which is good in top speed, doesn't really have a advantage here or anything. Not at all. I think the complete opposite even. But so I knew that if I were to pit, I took a risk with the first pit stop because, in my opinion, I thought I might make it on fuel, and then halfway the race, I started doubting that a little bit, but I ended up quite alright in the end with the caution. But yeah, during the race, the only guy who had the same speed in the early phases was Lemon. Amazing race for him. Just as bit sad, he made a few mistakes.
Yeah. Again, a debut race, it's gonna be a tough one. He still held up pretty well for what it was. But you, last one being at Francia Quarter, looks like it's gonna be a trend potentially if you show up to more of these GTI races that you might do well. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it kind of depends because I work a lot on Saturdays, and normally it's evenings. This time around it was morning, so I was free this evening. Excuse me. So I got lucky and I could race.
All right. Well,
But yeah.
Is there any closing thoughts you think, or really anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, Jack Pro and Ares both did great as well. They, without practice, they really showed up some great lap times as well. So that was a great race for them as well, and I'm really glad Monaco could show up because that man has been fighting with his internet issues more than some people with anything at all. So I'm really glad he could show up. But yeah, great race. I already love this track, and winning it with the GTIs, it makes it even more better.
So definitely one of Shuffle's best tracks. Again, a good record here. Last year with the Formula Micros, I believe this was his first win. Was on
it
this
was my
exact
first,
track.
indeed.
So, it's a pretty good race to hear overall. And a lot of action. So thank you there, Shuffle. We're going to talk to Jack Pro. I believe he just wants to do a chat interview. So Jack Pro PC, a lot of ups and downs, some interesting strategies. But over in the end, a P2 finish. What do you have to say overall about today's race? Static. Poor guy. Robots filter. Do be like that. Viper makes me want to use the BMW Z4. Talk to Jake about that one. That's my comment on the car. You could always swap cars, but yeah. Even though the next track is top speed oriented. It's just a Settle Corsa car. So you could find like a base game GT3. You'll probably be able to make a scheme, yeah. So, yep. I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about, or you want to just close it off as it is? A good battle with you, you and Eris, GG Eris. All right, fair enough. That's really all you need to say. Eris here. I don't know if she's here. If you want to do an interview, you can unmute yourself, but I think you might be busy with Tokyo Development in a little bit. So,
I am. I'm multitasking really bad right now.
okay.
Like I can definitely echo Jack's sentiment. The driving the 650 makes me want to drive literally anything else. It felt strong in a corner for some laps, and then in other laps it was awful. It's such an inconsistent car. Like I've been sticking to it to kind of like keep the bit going of like constantly using the 650, but it's really hard to.
So what happened with the collision with the wall there on, I believe it's lap 55?
The car didn't turn. Car didn't turn.
No turn.
It's inconsistent as shit. Sometimes I can take that turn with light braking. I did light braking for that, or barely even turned, like at all. It is so annoying to try to figure it out. And on a track that's like high speed and windy like this one, it does not do good. The hairpin was horrible to take. What else can I say? Um,
You and
yeah, the
good.
part of the inconsistency also came to a point where I was running just fine, and then all of a sudden my tires just lost almost all sense of grip, and they just wouldn't do anything. So I was just sliding around almost all over the place. So I had to come in, because most of the time I was just like my rear was annoyingly staying put, and I was unable to make it like rotate better until it suddenly decided that it wanted to rotate, and it was really annoying.
So, bit of a hard drive. You think you are going to change cars, or you think you're just going to stick with the 650S and ride it out?
I want to stick with the 650, but the performance and the way the car drives is really making me doubt my commitment to it. Because, like, I want to stay with it. Don't get me wrong. I want to stick with it. And I want to, like, just not change. But I feel like it's going to have to come down to the same thing that I was going to do last year, which was to switch to the 911 or just any other car. Because I feel like at this point, if I pulled a page out of 2021 Wolf Team Racing and I just switched around cars, depending on what was good, which at this point anything but the 650, I would be able to most likely not suffer as much. But I'm suffering so horrendously because the car just doesn't car half the time. And it's really annoying.
Alright. So, some car issues. Maybe we'll see potentially a new Fortune livery on one of the cars in the near future. I'll have to see what goes on in that route. We did see that the NSX is capable, but loose. That was interesting. I don't think I've seen a GTI handle like that thing. So, maybe it might be worth experimenting. Let's see. Thank you there, Arisnetta. We're going to now move through the rest of the people that have stayed. I do appreciate your patience. So, P4. I want to make sure I know who was P4.
Really glad Monaco.
I think it was Lemon. Yeah, it was Lemon. So, Lemon with a P4 finish on their debut race. Had a good shot there for the lead for a lot of it, but that final turn really gets you. So if you want to do a voice interview or chat interview, the choice is yours. But I have unmuted you. Let me see if I did those, so I'll do it again. Lemon, are you there? Okay. Yeah, you can do voice or chat. Okay, no mic. Okay, so chat it is. So, Lemon here. Again, a lot of good shots there. Pretty darn good performance. Despite the end result, you were up there at the front the whole day, back and forth a couple times, but so was everyone else. A little bit of an unfortunate finish. Did manage to stay within the top 5. So, I wouldn't say that was too bad. You did pretty good, of course, with a car that's relatively untested in the GTI sphere. What was it like driving the NSX today? The car was very consistent. I'm assuming he's gonna say until it wasn't, or it just felt very consistent. Felt good. It's good to hear. Says, I don't really know. Haven't tested anything else, so I don't have anything to go from. I'll probably be unlocking the game after this, so if you come back in like 10 to 15 minutes, the game will probably be open. You can test all the GT cars that are raced this week. Just did a mistake. Well, I gotta say, good job on you for owning up to your mistakes. A lot of people tend to go harder in their cars, but it does take a hell of a person to accept what they do for themselves. So, sucks when it happens. But again, you did put up a really good performance today, despite the end result. So maybe you might be able to do better, especially when you get a car of your own, which you definitely can. I mean, you obviously proved you can race today. So, Oop. Is there anything else you want to say? Oh, all right. The reason I hit was because I had a good entry, but got a bit generous on the throttle. Well, that's it, I guess. Alright, Fusion. I hope your next race goes on well. Of course, there's 2 other events this weekend, the Formula Micros and the Super Indies. They'll be tomorrow, uh, 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. But we'll talk about that one at some other time. Alright, good to know. Super Indies probably too late, I get that. Alright. I'll read anything else to say in chat, but we're going to move on to the next car. So 5th place, that was Ash, but Ash just left, so we got who will still be scored 6th place, just because I get why you did that. We're gonna score you 6th. Mr. Monaco here pulled off last second. He wants this GT1 car, so if you can send me the link, I'll try to insert it. Or actually, wait, no, you're right. You sent the RBSM. I'll put it up. But yeah, I'm gonna meet you, working the car right now. This thing might be a little bit loud, by the way. Alright, so he has been unmuted, but let me work on that car real quickly. So the last interview of the day.
All right, I'm everything.
Yeah, I'm just making your car into a model quickly. It's a bit of a frustrating race, a couple disconnections. You did do pretty decent for most of the race. Held off P3 for a lot of the chunk of it. Of course, there's just a very competitive race, so that was a big thing. You were competitive, though. How's the track like today? And, of course, what happened at the end of the race?
Well, track was pretty nice. Of course, could have been a P2, but I just didn't have my marbles together, and honestly, it was good of me to pull off like that because I don't think I should have been racing if I was gonna drive like that. Quite disappointing.
So a bit of a disappointing finish. Of course, there's more races in the weekend. You think it'll be, It's a nice car you got
I
there, by the
don't
way.
think I'll make it to the. Thank you, but I don't think I will make it to the races. That's gonna be out of question.
Alright, that's fine. That's gonna be that's the Porsche you won. Does the tunnel sounds break? That's interesting. I don't know if there's a whole lot to talk about today's race, but it was a bit of a up and down race overall. As the sound of Porsche 911 scream. That's funky.
What? Was a fun race though.
Yeah. Sorry, I was a little distracted by the GT1. Is there anything else you want to say here, Mr. Monaco? Screw your internet. I mean, because that's something I would
I
say.
think that will be all.
Alright. Look there, Mr. Monaco. Hopefully you can enjoy your laps on the track. I'm going to leave that car there, but I'm also going to open up the game. So, if you guys want to test out other GT3 cars, just come back in a second. I'm going to insert pretty much everything that raced, or that will be racing. I don't know if I have a setup on the Formula Micros yet for the race, or the Super Indies exactly, but if you want to just get the handling, that might work. So, might be a bit heavy or laggy, but you know, it's just, that's everything in the game. Gonna move the spawn area now. So, again, couple more events for the weekend. We have the, tomorrow, on Sunday, we're gonna be doing a couple more classes before we wrap up. Let me put the mids cars out of the way, just leave the rentals out. So at 12 p.m. ESPST, we're going to be doing a 20-lap feature with the Formula Micros. And then at, that, duplicate it.
Watch this for a second. Hitting a wall with 80,000 steps per second causes this.
Oh god. Oh god, that's horrible.
We hit a wall with 80,000 steps per second.
Bruh. So yeah, so 12 p.m. ESPST will be doing a 20-lap feature. 2 p.m. we'll be doing a 60-lap feature with the Super Indies, and that'll close off the weekend. Next week we do the Superstar races. That's going to be an exciting one on its own. That's pretty much it for now. The next real course race we got will be 2 weeks from now at Yekaterinburg.